Okay, so, yeah, I'm slowly getting used to this cam. It's taking me a little bit. I've got a couple things coming up soon that's going to be stressing me out quite a bit. I think maybe I'll make it through. I have a talent show going on, well, rehearsals for it going on, and dance lessons. I do ballroom dancing, but I want to see how people are actually teaching swing dancing, which I'm wondering if they're doing the Lindy Hop or Jitterbug, or even what style if they're actually doing ballroom. Well, besides that fact, I actually not really interested in that too much. I've got a book here that I found back in, when was that? 2003. And this book is over 100 years old. I was rather surprised that the library that had it was getting rid of it. So I was like, ooh, I'll take it. And I got it. And it's here. And I'm going to be reading several stories out of it also. So it's going to bounce back and forth between my life, some of the fun stuff I've done, and crazy things that I do. Oh, and I know some of you probably are wondering why I have a ring on my middle finger. Well, this ring was actually one of my sister's rings. It's got some stones missing out of it, like right in there. And it's kind of hard to see. But she didn't want it anymore, and I just use it to kind of remind me of family, because my family's not really the closest thing to me, even though I really want a family of my own. But that's a different story. But I got this book, Touching Incidents and Remarkable Answers to Prayer, back in 2003. The thing was actually written in this cover itself back in the 1800s. I was rather shocked. But one of the stories in here, it's a Christian book, in case those of you didn't quite catch that. So I'll be reading some stories out of here. I really find them interesting because it deals with different types of people, and it's got a lot of children's stories in it, which I find really extremely intriguing, as a matter of fact. So here's one of them. A little girl of 8 years was sent on an errand by her parents. While on her way, she was attracted by the singing of a gospel meeting in the open air, and drew near. The conductor of the meeting was so struck with the child's earnestness that he spoke to her and told her about Jesus. She, being the child of Roman Catholics, for those of you who don't know what they are, they don't believe that there is a God, really. They're kind of like atheists, but yeah, something like that. She, being the child of Roman Catholics, did not know much about him, meaning God, but the gentleman told her of his love for her, of God's love. On returning home, her father asked her what had detained her. She told him, and he cruelly beat her, forbidding her to go to any such meeting again. About a fortnight afterwards, she was so taken up with what she had previously heard of Jesus that she forgot all about her message. She saw the same gentleman, who again told her more about the Savior. On her return home, she again told her father, as before, where she had been, and that she had not brought what she had been sent for, but that she had brought Jesus. Her father was enraged, and kicked the poor little creature until the blood came. She never recovered from this brutal treatment. Just before she breathed her last, she called her mother and said, "Mother, I have been praying to Jesus to save you and Father." The mother, wondering, sat there, and the little girl, pointing to her blood-stained dress, she said, "Mother, cut me a bit of the blood-stained piece of my dress." Mother, curious, did so, and handed it to her. "Now," said the dying child, "Christ shed his blood for my sake, and I'm going to take this piece of my dress, to show him that I died for his." And thus she died, holding firmly the piece of her dress, stained with her own blood, the testimony of that dear child, battered and brutally beaten, was the means of leading both her father and mother to Christ. I find it interesting that growing up, my family was always, children should be seen and never heard. And that's basically what I was. I was always seen, not really heard. And I grew up with adults, so I can communicate to adults if I need to. My social status in the youth world that I'm growing up in is a different story. But it's like I've been persecuted my whole life. And I've always been wondering, well, God, why is it that you're always telling me that I'm not doing something right? Why is it that you're continually kicking me and beating me? And it's not that God's doing that. It's the world around me. It's the world around me that has been beating the crap out of me. And instead of running to God, which I should have done first off, I've always been running back to the people, hoping that maybe I'll get a little glimpse of heaven. A chapel speaker yesterday here at campus even said that a lot of times we, as normal humans, will go to the cesspool of life and drink from it, drink the poison that is in there, just so that we can get a 20-second glimpse of love. And it's so true. I have done it time and time again, and I'm owning the fact that I have done that. I honestly wish I didn't. I honestly wish I knew some other way, but this is who I am. And if it hadn't been for those circumstances, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be as loving and as caring of a person as some people make me out to be. And I am so thankful, even though it's painful. I am so thankful for the opportunities I have. Because even in my bloodstained, battered up state, I know that there's going to be someone out there caring for me. It's going to be interesting to get to heaven and hold up a piece of my life and say, God, I did this for you. You died for me, and this is a piece of who I am to show that I died for you. It's going to be interesting when we get up there. I know he's going to probably look at me a little weird because I'm one of the strangest creations he's ever made. But, it'll be interesting. I just have to remember to make sacrifices to him every day. Not of lambs or cows or anything like that, nothing from the Old Testament, but to sacrifice to him a piece of my life every day. Because it's only through his grace that I'm still standing here, with as many times as I've gotten the snot kicked out of me. And I'm so thankful for God being there.